Hi Aries, we're going to do your love reading. So, you guys know this is general. It cannot resonate for everyone. Please don't force it. And the roles can be reversed. They can intermingle and flip around. It's not gender specific. So it looks like in the pre-shuffle we got, unfortunately, this doesn't look like the happiest reading. It looks like there's a struggle and some confusion about an ending. There's two cards about endings. So this is your person, okay? Now, roles could be reversed, but when asking for clarity on your person, we got the Five of Swords. This is the Gregory Scott Tarot deck. Let me show it to you so that you guys can order it if you'd like. It is so interesting, and I love it. It's very, very unique. You know, and the graphics are beautiful too. But anyway, so Five of Swords. So in this Gregory Scott deck, look at that. It's shame. It's like punishment. It's kind of like have no mercy. But I feel like this is upon themselves. So they're also trying to distract. There's two cards here that I feel like your person, there's been a difficult ending or an ending that's brought some pain and confusion, but they are really trying to not think about it, distract themselves from it, you know. And look, we have a mask, and then this Queen of Swords. You know, I think your person is probably trying to compartmentalize, meaning they separate the situation, you know, with you from their work life or their family life. They, you know, with their kids or whatever, they kind of mentally, and it's actually a pretty good coping skill. They mentally can like set it aside and go, well, I'll deal with that later. Did I not light this candle? How strange. This is my possessed candle. You probably know because it was the Aries video where it would come on when I pointed at it. All right, so it doesn't want to light today. Oh, okay. There we go. I hope you guys can see that. All right, so let's go ahead and just see if anything else flies out, and then we'll go ahead and get into your spread. So I hope you guys are well. This is Lucy. You guys may not know her. She's usually only up here when it's thunderstorming or raining hard, which it is. So hopefully she'll sleep through it. So Page of Swords, look at that. Another one flew out. So the Page of Swords is somebody who's very inquisitive, somebody. But I feel deception. I can't help but feeling deception here. Somebody's secretly watching. Look at that. It's like it's over, but they're keeping an eye on it anyway. Right? So I always wonder about that. Why not just come forward? Why would you rather spy on someone than just talk to them, right? Well, the answer to that is fear of facing the truth, right? I guess. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I was going to use that deck, but I think I'm going to stick with this. Let's look at your current energy and your views of the situation. Very, very nice. You could be thinking about a Libra, but it looks like you are trying to staying in your Empress energy, staying sweet, staying loving, staying strong and nurturing. The Empress is divine feminine, of course. So if you are, I do have some really good extendeds, especially if you're in a twin flame, but I am going to do more extendeds. But just the ones that I've already done have been so detailed and amazing that I don't want them to get skipped, you know, because they're timeless. So anyway, I'll link some down below. And if there's an extended to this reading, I will put it accordingly with the title, okay? Empress, self-love, self-growth, nurturing, maybe giving birth to a new you. Beautiful. That's beautiful. We're going to have to utilize some room here. Yeah, look at that, death. But look at the blue skies. So something confusing and painful happened, some sort of ending, but what it's doing, if you'll allow it, is it's birthing a new you. it's actually, you can use the opportunity, this experience as an opportunity to become more, and to grow, and actually there's something like this in my community page, but it's like put the pieces of yourself back together so beautifully that it's good that this whole thing happened. And, you know, I do feel like there's probably, we're going to see what's going on with them. Overall, forward motion. But see how it's sideways, that Chariot? That Chariot's been carrying some interesting vibes for me lately, but I wasn't sure. Wow. So forward motion, but see, it was sideways. So I'm going to take that as meaning something. This forward motion, I mean, this Chariot card, Cancer energy, as you see, we have one dark Leo, Lion. Wow, you may be dealing with the Leo. Maybe there's a Leo with a dark side, a shadow side, and a light side. But this is, you know, the Chariot card, so it's Cancer energy. But see that? It's like shadow side ascended. I also kind of feel with this Chariot card, I feel like there's more, because it's interesting coming, you know, like it's in the dark. That's different, right? I mean, I would love to hear the author's interpretation. I could read it out of the book, but what I'm getting here, first of all, there's a 444, which have been everywhere lately, and I never noticed they were in this deck. 444, look at that. So 444, that's manifestation. But again, this is sideways, so I feel like it has something to do with like time travel. Okay, so in that sense, it could be, you know, if you're living in the past, you're full of regret, or and it can cause depression. If you live in the future, too much in the future, it causes anxiety, right? So the ideal place to live is in the present. But look at this, 10 of Cups. So it's like, you could be dealing with the twin flame, but there's dark and there's light, and it's about this union, this family, this relationship, this person that you're thinking about, situationship maybe, but it's, it's like going back and forth. Yes, you're going through a glow up, right? And maybe you'll do good for a few days, and this is me totally, so I'm right there with you, but you'll maybe feel really good and practice self-love and be very motivated and productive, but then maybe something triggers and then you fall back into the past again. It's like time traveling, meaning going back and forth from the past to the present, energetically, mentally, worrying about it, thinking about the past and then what's going to happen in the present, something like that. Let's look at their energy. See. Wow. Yeah, you might be dealing with the Libra, but look at that. They're feeling a lot of pain, a lot of regret. There could be, yeah, I think there is a, for some of you, there could be a self-medication issue. Or like a codependency of, you know, maybe drowning. They're definitely avoiding their pain, avoiding their feelings, trying not compartmentalizing the situation with you, with the other areas of their life is what I feel. Okay, what else for Aries person? Yeah, this is, you know, forward thinking. This is looking towards the future. But look how focused she is. Waiting for ships to come in some decks. The Three of Pentacles is collaboration, working together. But my goodness, it's cooperation. Is that how they see you? Like maybe they really want to be together, but in order to get there, they'd have to deal with your sternness or something. Not that it's not deserved. Okay. Let's get a few more on you. We might lay out a whole nother spread. But we already have a pretty strong reading, okay? So you are, in your energy, we again have the High Priestess. So it's under the Empress. There's a deep knowing of your worth and your value. Probably there's a deep knowing of something this person may be hiding or avoiding. And that might be what's getting you tripped up. Because inside, deep inside, maybe you know, like, this really probably wasn't supposed to turn out this way. But, you know, people have addictions and habits and fear. And so, you know, even though there's probably a very strong soul connection, doesn't mean that, you know, both parties are going to cooperate. They do want to come back. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Five of Swords again. I mean, that's pain, conflict. Are you beating yourself up over it? I don't know. Some of you might be sitting there questioning what you did to end it. Let me pull, let me, one moment. You know, what I'm getting here, let me clarify with this real quick. What I'm initially getting from that is there's, you know, confusion about why it ended. But, and I think we know that you need to let that confusion go. Yeah, look at that, unknown. Wow. But it's like somebody, okay, I think that your person obviously has some deep pain and regret and shame, right? But because they're not being honest with what happened or why it ended, it's putting you through the ringer of, what did I do? What could I have said wrong? How was I too stern? And I think that's something you really got to stop. Six of Cups. That's fond memories. You may be tearing yourself up with trying to figure out something that you didn't cause. And I'm going to say this, I know I've said this before, Aries, if you didn't break it, what makes you think that you can fix it? It's twin flame energy, the Emperor. See, somebody else took action that damaged this. Maybe you reacted. Oh my gosh. You guys need to check out the extendeds. So there's specific Aries extendeds. I'll list all of them down below, but then there's also a hidden truth for twin flame extended. They're so good. They're so good. I don't even remember what they're about. It's terrible. But I might do one for this, but either way, there'll be some links down below. And I feel so uptight. The Emperor, the Empress. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Now, genders can be reversed, right? Because we all have feminine and masculine energy. We have Libra twice. I feel Aries. Did we have Aries more than once? I don't know. We've got Aries here. We've got Cancer. We've got Scorpio, Pisces. I think the point I was just trying to make is you've got to stop being in your head about what you did wrong, because whatever you did, maybe you didn't handle it perfect. I feel like you had a reading like this a year ago. And I think it has, it's like, I think it's blue with a red heart. If you want to look at it, it's a YouTube video. I might find it and link it, because it was very much about this, where it's like, you didn't break it. So, but you still are trying to problem solve in your head how to fix it. And it's not fair, because the reason you responded the way you did was because of the unfairness of, what happened. And I also feel like the Chariot and Twin Flame, Four of Wands, 1111, that's unbelievable. So strong Twin Flame. In the extendeds, we do a reading just on your person. A spread totally on them. We do hidden, what they would say if they had no ego. We ask everything. We look for Twin Flame confirmation. We look for, we get really strong advice. We sometimes even get time frames. The extendeds have given, pretty much answered, I think, every question 99% of the time. So if I do a new one, that will be below. But even if I don't do one for this, there will be some links below. But, forward motion again. So there's something with this Chariot that I'm still missing. Remember I said, I feel like I'm missing something. I want to know, there's that Eight of Swords I just kept showing you. Maybe it's... There's some sort of cycle, obviously, that's continuing. That we have Libra 3 times, actually. But you're stuck between two minds, going back and forth, because deep inside, you know that this was something special, and somebody else is demeaning it or, debasing it, kind of like it's not. That might be due to pride and ego. I feel like I'm getting a little bit off topic here. Six of Wands. Pride, recognition. I think this person is ashamed for you to know the truth about what they want and why they did it. Why they did what they did. I don't know what they did. Tell me more. Jeez. Conflict. Drama. Gossip. I feel stabbed in the back. Tell me more about the situation that Aries is dealing with. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. All right, well, it's not over, but it's going to take some work. Maybe they aren't sure. Yeah, look at this. So your person is just, maybe this person's just a mess. They're kind of all over the place. It looks like they want you, they want this, but they know that it's going to take a lot of work. They won't let go, but they won't move forward. So, Aries, the advice is always the same. It's focus on you, self-growth. This person's going to come back, but if you just let them back and nothing's changed, it's probably better to not let them come back until some time has passed and you feel less engulfed in this energy, to where you've released it and you've moved on, you're happy on your own, and you don't need them. That would probably be the wiser time to entertain them coming back. Plus, then they've had time to, I hate to say it, but suffer through thinking it through. The main thing I'm getting is that you are back and forth with, I know who I am, I know my value, I know I'm good, I know I didn't do anything wrong, or if I did, it was just a reaction, and they should have come back after I reacted the way I did and said, I'm sorry. So for some of you, you may have gone, responded or lashed out as a response to something, but instead of comforting you or apologizing or accepting it, it's like they ghosted or blocked or something really shitty like that, which is a total mind F, because what it does to us, the person who gets ghosted or blocked, it makes us go back and forth. What did I do? How can they not Why wouldn't they just say they're sorry? Well, there's probably something here that they, coward. I just heard coward, not heard, felt. See 2 lions? Coward. I don't know. There's a strong contrast here though, right? 444, manifesting, moving forward. You got to stop looking at the past. This person does want you back. I mean, but there's secrets about why it ended, and I don't think they want the truth to come out. But, you know, I bet you it's not as bad as they even think. I mean, I think you already know they manipulated and were deceptive, or even if it's just small, like didn't value you. You already know that. You've already got the hurt, so it doesn't really make sense what they're hiding or covering up, but they're punishing themselves. And I feel like maybe they have it's kind of like they separate you from the rest of their life. So they maybe are successful and admired and respected in other areas of their life. So that feels good. And thinking about what they did to you and having to face you doesn't feel good. So they focus more on the other aspects. So this is like taking a break, but it's not over. This is thinking about the past. And then there's secrets. And then there's a painful ending. Yeah. I'm going to get some, I'm going to pull some oracles, but I just want to drive this point home in case I was confusing. The best thing to do here is to not pretend to grow, but to really grow, to really accept people make mistakes. People do things wrong. This person is messed up. They messed up. Now they're messing it up more by not correcting it or apologizing. And being an Aries, you want to fix it. I think you got to stop trying to fix it in your head. What would you, like, I wish they would text me, so what would I say if they did? If I said something to show them that I'm mad or to make my point, but it has to be worded to where they don't blow me off again. It's just, it's such a, mind F that there's no solution on your part. There's no solution on your part. Really strong advice in those extendeds. I just wish I could remember what it was. Okay, we're going to get a manifestation card and an oracle. And hopefully that will tie this all together. And then I'm going to leave it there. But I think the main point is you've got to overcome any obstacles. So think about it like this, Aries. You guys are, the problem solvers. You guys are not afraid of obstacles. You guys can, build a bridge or dig a tunnel or call a helicopter or whatever to get over a canyon. You guys don't stop. That's what's making this so hard, is that you're problem solving. But in the problem solving quest, it lowers them having to fix things. And your absence is the best thing for them, for the situation right now. Because I think a precedence has already been set where maybe you've given them too many chances. It's like, how many chances do I have to give this person? Well, you got to stop. Let's get a manifestation card. See, look at that. I think somebody else just had this reading. The universe has big plans for me, and it's time to claim them. So you're missing out on certain potentials because this is like an energy vampire, this situation. It's sucking your energy. And it's prolonging union, FYI, just so you know. This person has to get to a place where it's their idea, they come back, they're the ones that come to you, they're the ones that say, can we try again? They're the ones that say, how do we fix this? I think you got to stop trying to fix it, even if it's just in your head. Because by you trying to fix it, it makes the problem bigger. I hope I made sense. I love you guys. Let me know in the comments, and check out the extendeds if you want. You can watch the trailer and then decide, see if you're pulled to them, you know. Don't watch them unless you're really pulled to them, though. Okay? All right. I love you guys. Let me know, and I will see you soon. Bye, Aries.